So apparently, I just did a clip yesterday. I was trying to make my mom just a little happier, laugh a little more. She cried a lot during the Jamie Foxx special. So I was like, let me make her laugh a little bit. And I didn't edit the reel. I didn't do anything. I just put it all together and threw it out into the internet. The World Wide Web. It wasn't until my husband said, I could tell you were struggling with talking. Excuse me? Well, it has become evident to me that maybe my disability is a lot more prominent than I like to admit. It's luckily, after my brain aneurysm, I still had all my memories. I still have like my critical thinking. It's just lagging. All my thoughts and my speech do not line up. It's a big lag. It's a big buffering. This and it wasn't until I saw actually watched the reel I posted that I was like, oh, that's painful. And I told John Luke, why did no one tell me that my speech was this bad? He said, we tried to do it in a nice way. Bitch knows I'm dense. You gotta tell me directly. So today is our 5-year wedding anniversary. We got married in Vegas after my cousin's wedding. We had plenty of drinks. He won at one of the coin slots. Apparently he went to my mom and said, hey, would it be okay if I asked Reed to marry me? Of course she said yes. And when he came to me, he said, hey, I talked to Mama about getting married. And I was like, oh, yeah? And he goes, yeah. And she said yes. I was like, y'all are gonna be really happy together. And he just sighed. Rhiannon, will you marry me? Yes. Yeah, me? Oh, yes. So he knows how dense I am. I needed someone to be direct with me about my speech. He goes, I tried. You know, anytime you're struggling, I do kind of get it out. Whatever. I needed verbal directness about my speech. As we're going around today, celebrating, everyone, like the bartenders or the servers or the front desk, they're like, oh, today's your wedding anniversary? How long? 5 years. They're like, wow, you got married right before the pandemic? Yeah, and we handled that with ease. We have the same energy. It matches. And then I was like, yeah, like the pandemic was a breeze compared to a couple years ago with my medical mini coma of having a brain aneurysm. And usually when people hear that, like, oh, okay. This resonated with like the front desk and the bartenders. They're like, you're a miracle, baby. You're a miracle. You're straight a miracle. And the front desk told us they had a classmate who had passed away from a brain aneurysm. And people, get your brain scan. If you have headaches or if you're just struggling with pain, just get your brain scan. Migraines, please get your brain scan. I talked with my mom. She's like, yeah, people need to know to get their brain scan. I never had symptoms. I never had signs. I only had like one major headache that I remember, like just causing me so much pain. And when I did go to the ER, they're not there for primary care. I come from the medical industry. I get it. So naturally there's like, take some Tylenol. And I get it, like I said. So you have to be the advocate for when it comes to your care. You have to be that person's like, no, I know something's wrong. Just get your brain scan. Yeah, that's all I got for now. I kind of see the point of social media now. It's like having your own talk show. I saw my friend Megan post the other day, like, if you're not feeling productive, record yourself throughout the day, and you could see that you actually did get stuff done. And I was like, okay, notes. Now that I see how bad my speech is, I will definitely start doing that. Thank you for the tip, Megan. The part about, you know, the whole brain aneurysm and mini comas, apparently my family did see the reel, and they're like, correction, it wasn't a medically induced coma. You naturally went into the coma after you had 2 craniotomies because they had to relieve the pressure so your brain could heal and go down in swelling. I come from a Mexican American family. If you guys know anything about Mexican Americans, they are brutal, rough. You saw they had notes on my posting. They're like, no, you got this wrong. You need to fix this. Your talking has always been bad, and it just got worse after this whole mini coma stage. Those of you who know what it's like to come from a minority family, you know what I'm talking about. If there's anyone out there who's like a speech therapist, you see me talking throughout my channel, please feel free to platonically slide into my DMs with tips. Speech therapy tips. Who gave me back my phone? I need to stop.